Hello everyone. In this video, I am going to tell about application of SQLite 3, that is bank systems, by using the Python. So in this, I am using the Visual Studio Code, and now firstly we create a file, new file, and save it as bank system .py. So we create the Python extension file. So here our Python file got created. In this, we will import SQLite 3. So SQLite 3 is a module, database module, that which comes built in with the Python. So we need not to import, or we need not to install any other external modules or packages in order to run this database. This SQLite 3 will come default in this Python software, any of the Python software. So we just import it, SQLite 3, and now we will create the bank application. So in this bank system application, we generally do the thing like deposit, withdraw, and checking the balance. And for the new users, we will just create an account. So we just create an account for the new users, and if there are the existing users, so we will give them the options like transactions, like withdraw, or check the balance, or deposit. So we will create the class for them as open account. So we will create these two classes, these two methods in a class. So just now we will start our program by using the class, and class name as bank. So here we created the class using the name as bank. So now we will just print as welcome to bank, welcome to the bank. So it is just like a message, and when we run it, we will get the message as welcome to the bank. We got the message. So it will display the message as welcome to the bank with no matter we call the class, we call the method or not. So it displays the message welcome to the bank. So next we will define the constructor define __ init. So this self constructor, and in this we will connect the database with the SQLite 3. So for that we will just take a variable as self.connect. I am taking the variable as self.connect, that is equal to SQLite 3.connect, and we need to pass the argument as the string, that is the name of the database, with the file extension as .db. So we will create it as bank.db. So we created it, the database file, and next we need to define a cursor. Self.c is equal to self.connect.cursor. So we connecting the cursor with this database. Next we define our method right now. Define. So for the first, we will define the method for the new users. Before that, let's check that this database is working or not. So after this connection, so we will print simply as print SQLite 3 connected. So we will check whether this is working or not. So when we run, we will get just the welcome to the bank, because we not call this bank. So now we will call the bank as bk, that is equal to bank, and okay, now when we run it, we will get the message as welcome to the bank and SQLite 3 connected. So it is we successfully executed this connection. I remove this, and now we define a method for the new users. That is, we will create an account. We will give an option of creating an account for the new users. So we will give it by define create account, no space. Okay, we will give a method as new account and pass it as self. So the account, after creating account, we need to create table for firstly. So for every time we need to invoke that cursor variable self.c, and along with we should pass the execute method. So on passing execution, we will pass the self.c.execute. This is the execute. So in this, now we will pass the item that we need to create the table. So we will pass that create table. So the table is that here the table will be created. So with the table name, create table and table name. Table name we will give just as bank. We gave the table name as bank, and next we will pass the arguments as. So when we pass these arguments, we will go on writing in single line, so it becomes lengthy. So when if we want to print, if you want to give this input like this, it will show that error, that is new, we got in new line. So for this we need to use docstring. So this is what Python documentation will also recommend. For this we will use 3 colons. Between this we can use now in multiple line. This is how it works. So here we give the parameters of the bank. Firstly, we give it as account number, account name. So this accepts the name of the account, and we also have the balance and also we have that account number. We'll give it as account number. So these are the 3 variables we need to define. So with these variables will also have the data types. The data types we will give it as, the name is a data type of text type, and the number is the data type of integer, and the balance is integer data type. So these are the data types, and each are separated by comma. The last one will not require. So this is how we create the table. So here the table is created. So when we run it, we got the welcome to the bank, and the table is also created. So if I run again, so that here the table is created. Now for this there will be an error if we run more than, if we call this create account for more than one time. So the error will get as the bank is already exists. I will show you an example. So here we define that bank, and now when we call that method create account, so when I run it, it gave an error, table bank already exists. So in order to avoid this error, we need to write as create table if not exist. So this will not give an error because it will not call this if already existed this bank name. If we had this bank name, so it will not create. So when I run it, we got no error. So this worked fine. So for now I will So for now we created the table successfully. And next, after creating the table, so this is not this is creating externally, this will not display to the user. And now we need to ask the user to enter his input name. So we will take the name as name is equal to input, and we will ask him to enter your name. So by this the user is going to enter the name. So by this name we will create him an account, but it is optional. I am telling that I will check this whether the name is valid or not. So for this I am taking, this is optional, you can skip it or take directly as name, but I am checking for optionally, that is it looks some better, n1. So I am taking the name, first name, enter your first name. So the user enters the name, and n2 is equal to input of enter your second name. So the user enters the name, first name, and his second name. I do this by comma, hyphen, colon, hyphen. Okay. Now the user enters the name, first name and last name, and now I will combine it with n1 plus wait. So in order to check, we need to use if condition. In if, we will check whether that first name and second name will contains only alphabets and not white space. So for this we need to use the boolean functions in Python, that is n1 dot, this is a string, n1 is a string, so by default I will make it as uppercase. The input he enter will be in uppercase format. So in order to show, I will just print it as name print of n1 comma n2. So let's see whether how it works. So when I run it, it asking me to enter the first name. We will enter as Pi, and second name Python. So we got output as Python. So this is how we take the input. And now in order to check whether the input is, did you observe that when we run it we got the uppercase? So whether we give small letter or capital letter, we get the variable, the variable is assigned with the capital letters. And now we will take the variable, now we will check the condition if n1 dot, we need to check that it contains only alphabets. So is alpha, we have the function is alpha, that's object, and we need to check also n1 dot is space. So when we execute this, it will pass for the elements which have space. So we need not to pass the string which having the space. So we just pass the not negation. So this, by using this not operation and and operation, we will just filter them, and we will also check it for the variable n2. So I just copy it and paste. So this is n2 and this is also n2. So this is the condition. So I just pass it right now. So if it fails, it should print enter valid name. And try again. So when I run it, it's asking to enter input. We entered Python language, so it's displayed no error. So when I run it again and I give input as py space thon enter language 9, so it will display the message as enter valid name, try again. So it's not going through this loop and there is condition and it's giving the false statement, so else block will be printed. Here it is not allowing us to pass any number also. So here I entered a language as 9, so it is also not allowed, and it is passed to the next line. So this is how we use this condition, and in this condition now we will, if it is true, then we will make it as concatenate by using n1 plus n2, so by using a space. So now it will concatenate as a space into a name variable. So if you print it, just we got the output as like this. So here the checking condition also completed, the name checking condition also completed, so we just ignore it right now. And now in order to generate the account number, we need to import the random module. Import random as R. I am taking instance as R, so it will be easy. Now I am importing the random module as R. So we take the variable account number as account number, that is equal to, so we need to generate an account number, unique account number, so we need to use random module. So R dot rand int, so integer, we need to generate an integer ranging of, let us take a 8 digit. Between this number we generate a account number, and this generated account number will be assigned to the num variable. So after this we will initiate each account holder balance as, let us define that as amount is equal to 0. So initially we will define the amount as 0 for each user when they created, and next now we will insert these values into our table whenever the user is requested. So after this, now we need to insert this name, account number, and the balance amount in the bank into this account name, account number, balance of this database, I mean in this table. So for this we need to invoke the cursor self.c.execute, and we will insert. So use insert into our class, our table name is bank, and the values are, we will use this format specifier as question mark, comma, question mark, comma, question mark, as we use 3, comma, and the pass these values as, first one as name, and next one is number, and next is amount. So we passed this name, so we passed this and inserted into the table. So here the name will be get assigned to the name, account name, and the number will be assigned to the account number, and amount will be assigned to the balance. By using this question mark is the format specifiers in this SQL. So these are the values it accepts from these parameters. So this will be given to these values through and inserted into this table. So next, in order to see whether they are inserted or not, we will just do self.c.execute and select all from bank. So all the values will in the bank table will be selected. Then in order to print the table, we will use print of self dot. We will use fetch to print. So when I run, it asks to enter the name. I just give Python language. So here it is displaying all the old database data. So in order to clear that, I just use self dot. I will delete that data first of all. So by using self dot c dot execute drop table bank. So when I run it, so I give is Python language. So here it is telling that no such table bank. So here I deleted the bank, so it is showing that error. So I uncomment it. So now it start freshly. Here our database is created in this table. So you can observe that Python language is the account holder's name, and this is the account number, and this is the balance. So for better, I will give it as name of the person, first name as Bob, this. So here we created the person name, account holder's name, and it is the random number generated by this random module. So this is the account number, we assume it as account number, and this is the balance 0. Initially we defined it as 0. So this is how we print this data from here. So whenever we run it again, here it is asking, and I will give another input as Bob1 Alice 2. So here it is not accepting this into numeric values, so it's working perfectly. And I will run it again. Now we will give run. So the last data is not appearing, and this new data is appearing. That is, it is fetching only the current one. So in order to fix it, we will use self dot so after this inserting the values, we will just close bracket. So after this we will just commit the changes. So by using this statement, the whatever the data we enter, that will be committed and saved. So when I run it, and if I enter the input as grade 1, and it's displaying this. So when I run it again, here we got created another data. So these all will be created into a tuple within the tuple list of tuple. So this fetch will execute into a list of tuples. So this is the list. Inside the list, these are the tuples. We got the entries, and in this each tuples we passed the parameters as account holder's name and account number and balance. So this is how it works. For now, I comment this and commit the changes like this itself, and after this we will just close it. Self dot connection is closed, and in order to display the message, so we, after entering the values, we will print, in order to confirm the user, we will just print as your account got created. So account will be created. Your account got created successfully. And we will display his name it here. Your account got created successfully. So this is the, here we will use the format specifier for passing his name, account holder name dot format specifier. This is the format, string format, and in this we will pass as name. So when we pass name, the name will be passed here, something like hello Ram, your account got created successfully. And next we will print please note down your account number. So after creating account, the user need to know what is his account number. So for this we will print as please note down your account number by using the format specifier. This is the account number, and we will pass it as dot format, and the account number is the number that is generated by the random module at here. This is stored in the number variable, Python number variable, so we pass it as num. So right now we got created the account, and this is successfully displayed. So up to now we got created the account for the new users. So now we need to perform the transactions like withdraw or check balance or deposit, and for also the existing users. So for this we need to create another method. Now we will create it as open account. So we created this open account, and in this, so firstly we need to ask the user to enter the account number if he exists in that bank. So account number ANM is equal to, we take as ANM as the variable, and he will enter the input, that is the integer type, which is generated by this random module at here. So this input will be entered here by the user. If it exists, it should process for the further transaction. If not, it should display that account is invalid. So for this we need to check that statement. So let's check that whether this number is exist in this or not. So for that we use for loop for I comma j comma k or a b c in self dot c dot execute select all from bank. This is similar like we checked here, the fetching all the values from here. So here we are also similarly we are doing the same operation. We are selecting all the values and we are unpacking this tuple, that is in the form of a comma b comma c. Here a will holds that account, here a will holds that account name, and b will holds that account number, and c will holds the balance. So this here the values will get unpacked here, and we need to check whether that account number is in this bank or not. So for that is it is valid or not. So account number will be in b variable. So we need to write it as if b is equal to account number. So if it is true, then now we will pass it simply. If it is not, else we will print invalid account number. That's it. We will print it as invalid account number. So here I passed it. So when we run it, so as this loop is running for all the variables inside the data, so this else block will also run many times. How many times this data is there in this self dot execute. Suppose we in our table we had two holders, in our table we have two customers. So if it is false, this invalid account number will be displayed two times. So in order to avoid that, we should use that flag value. So you check it. Now I will enter. So not this, we don't want to create account. I will comment it first, and I will call this open account. So when we run it, so it is asking to enter the input, that is account number. So the account number, if we enter the wrong account number like this, so it telling that syntax error from select, not this, select all. This is select this star. Sorry. So when we run it and enter something wrong account number like this, so it is displaying invalid account number as 2 times. So for this value, for this we need to take that flag value. So for that purpose, now I am taking the flag as check. True. And I'm initializing, first of all, it is true. In this, if it is true, then check is equal to false. I'm removing this. If check print this. So here when we enter the account number, so if it is exist, the check will become false and it will not execute. So if we enter the wrong account number, so check will be true and only this statement will be executed. This is how it works. So when I run it and enter something account number, so it displays only one time. So it works fine. So the check value is also successfully created. So now the accountant is from this bank only, and he has the valid account number, so he can further process for transactions. First we will check about the deposit. So for that we will first ask the user to enter the input, that is print CD for deposit and print, sorry, copy, and W for withdraw, operation as withdraw, and check balance is for C. And I store in operation mode in a variable of OPE input of enter any of the operation as C or D or W, either check balance or deposit or withdraw. So we are asking the user to select any of the operation. So for now we will get exit from this. If we select something as a deposit, so first we will write deposit for deposit. So if so we need to check the account is this account is belongs to this account number. So when we exit this out of this loop, so we need to check whether this account number is his or not again. So for this we use just flag equal to false. So initially we set it is false, and when there is the user is exist, so we need to check this flag as false. So initially we define the flag as false and we need to change it as true. So if it is true, then this if block will be executed for the deposit or any other operation. So if flag and we need to check that operation, that is if operation OPE, that variable is equal to deposit, we need to first we will do about deposit or small d, either small capital D or small d. So then we should ask the user to deposit amount. So we use the deposit variable, that is equal to asking the user to enter the input, enter the amount to deposit. So the user will enter the amount to deposit, and we need to get the, along with this we need to get this what is the initial values of this balance in order to update. So for this I will, after this flag in the previous if condition, I will take a variable as a value, that is C is the balance value. That balance will be assigned to the val. So for if when it is only the existing user is there, so that user's value is assigned to this val. So after assigning we will use this value or val in this deposit in order to update the balance. And now we also take the accountant name in order to display some message. So for that purpose we will take as name NA is equal to A. This is the account name that is assigned to any variable. And okay, now we will continue this deposit. I'm taking a deposit is equal to variable is equal to deposit plus value. It is this deposit is the amount to be deposited and value is the what is the initial value or previous bank value that is there in this bank, that is val, that is added together and it will be assigned in the deposit. So the total value will be updated for every time we update. So in order to update this deposit value, so we call the deposit by invoking the cursor and execute. In this we will call that update and class name bank, and we need to set balance. So balance is equal to, we need to update balance, so I'm giving here format specifier where account number is equals to question mark. So this is the balance we need to update. We are giving this balance with respect to this account number. This is like a reference, and we need to pass this format specifier by simply comma by passing our deposit amount deposit comma, and what is by we are updating the balance using deposit, we are passing the balance as deposit, updating it as by using the deposit, and with using the reference as account number. The account number is the account number at here, account number a_num. So by this account number the balance will get deposited and updated in the table. So this is how update our deposit is done, and we will commit the changes self dot connection dot commit. So now the changes is committed. So in order to inform that amount is deposited, so we just print amount deposited. Here I am using format specifier something rupees, that amount is deposited, comma available balance is format specifier dot format. So I will pass deposited amount, total amount, sorry, amount deposited is something number, that number is the deposited amount is the user entered something amount to deposit, so that amount will be deposited, comma available balance is the total updated balance, that is deposit, comma deposit. So it will be bare if we just display a number. So in order to look good, we just copy that rupee symbol. I open the Chrome. So in the Chrome we just search for rupee symbol. Rupee symbol. In this we copy this and close it. We just paste it here for looking good. That's it. It's optional. So this is how we deposited the amount. We will close self dot connection dot close. So our deposit condition is done. So now when the user enters if flag and operation, when the user enters that withdraw mode, so operation is equal to withdraw W or capital W. So we need to check whether the amount is, so first we will take the withdraw amount. I'm taking variable as WIT int of input amount to withdraw. Enter the amount to withdraw. So I'm asking the user to enter the amount to withdraw, so he enters something integer value to withdraw, or this OPE is equal to sorry, it's equal, double equal to. Next, the withdraw amount has been entered, and then we will check whether the withdraw amount is possible or not. That is, suppose we have the account balance of 500. If the user enters the 600, so there is low balance. So in order to display that low balance, we need to check the condition. If he entered the 400 or lesser value than the existing balance, the transaction will be succeeded. So for that, we need to check with if we need to check the condition, that is, what is the balance, last previous balance is val, so value is the balance, so that val is greater than 0 and val is greater than or is equal to withdraw amount. So we check amount like this, the balance should be greater than 0 and the balance is equal to withdraw amount. So if it is more than the withdraw amount, it should display. So now I will pass this, and if it is not possible, we need to print low balance. So it should display message as low balance. And now we will write this code to withdraw. So in this, I will take the variable as withdraw balance is equal to value minus with. So the previous existing balance minus the amount you want to withdraw is the withdraw balance. So that is the remaining balance we had in the bank account. So then now we will update in the table self.c.execute update bank table name set balance is equal to where account number is equal to question mark. So it is all same as previous deposit, and we need to pass parameters as, so we need to pass balance as withdraw amount, that is what's the balance is remaining, and set the account number reference as same as. So according to this account number reference, the balance will be updated after withdraw. And in order to display that, in order to make this changes confirm, so we make it as self.c.commit connection.commit. So the changes are committed, and then we display the message as print amount deposited, withdrawn amount of something rupees done. So we will print like withdraw done successfully. So we will print the message like withdraw done successfully, and also display the available balance. Available balance dot format specifier, and we pass it as withdraw amount as the left balance, withdraw balance, comma, and we withdrawn this much amount. With he requested the withdraw amount, and we pass withdraw done successfully. Withdraw something amount is done successfully, and available balance is withdraw amount, withdraw balance. So now it's completed. We just use this symbol again, paste and paste. So now withdraw is completed, and this is else now. I think it's gone. Okay. So we successfully created this also, and now we close the connection. Self dot connection dot close. Now we will just left with the checking the balance. So here if flag and operation is equals to C, checking balance, capital C, then we just print hello person name, comma, your account balance is account balance, and we use rupee symbol, dot format, and we pass the account number name, account name as NA, accountant name, and balance as val, the value in that account. So by this we can check that available balance, and next we left with we'll just remove this pages. Okay, we almost completed opening of the account also. That's it. Once we check it by running, so here we need to ask for this create account and open account. We will just create something like if or first we will print the notice, print as C for create account. And now if the user exists, we need to do open account. For that we ask to enter that O, and we will take the input as operation, suppose like operation is equal to input. So he will enter the input, enter your choice, either C or O. that is create account or open account. And next, if operation is equal to or choice is equal to C or capital C, then he need to perform create account method. Else if it is equal to O, open account, or capital O, then you need to perform open account. That's it, simple code. And when we run it, it is asking to enter the choice whether to open account or create account. So we will create account. We press the C, enter the first name, Kumar, enter. Your account number got created successfully. Please note down your account number, this. So I am copying this. So our account number got something created like this. And when I run it again, so now my account got created. So I will open account just by pressing O, and it's asking to enter your, so it's asking to open account. Sorry, I took a v as anum, a underscore num. So we need to pass it as num. Sorry, anum. Here it is also anum. So then when we run it, open, enter the account number and deposit, and I deposit the 100 rupees. So amount deposit 100 rupees, available balance is 100 rupees. So when I run it again and open account and enter the account number, and if you want to check balance, press C. It's not displaying. Sorry, I written here it as and, it's not and, it is or. Okay, now when we run it, we open the bank and enter the account number as this, and we need to check balance. So press C. So it displays that, hello Vinay Kumar, your account balance is 90 rupees. So just now I withdrawn 10 rupees, so it's displaying of 90. So I will do withdraw now. So when we open and enter the account number, and if we press W for withdraw, and we will enter now 40 rupees. So now it should be 50, the available balance will be. So here withdrawn 40 rupees successfully done, and available balance is 50. So this is how withdraw is done. And if we even check now, I open and enter account number, and I check it the account number. So if we check the balance, so we have the balance as 50, so it is updating. And if we open and deposit again, say 1000, we updated as 10,050. We deposited as 10,000 and it updated as 10,050. Okay, so this is how this works. And it, so if we want to see the database behind this, so I will just uncomment this where we created here, I'm uncommenting this, and now when we run it, so I will create here another account. So create and enter the name as Nitin. So cannot operate on a closed database. Wait. So here I uncommented this after a close statement. So I need to remove this close statement, connection statement, close connection, and paste it here after that fetching. So now if we run it and do the same operation as create and enter the first name, it displayed that what are the databases in this. So it fetches all the data, and for the last transaction our data is here, Vinay Kumar, and 1050 is our balance. This is our account number and this is our name. This is how, if we want to update this guide over van, or we need to, or if we want to update, so we need to pass this account number. So I just copy this account number, sorry, I copy and I run it again. Open account number and deposit amount, enter the deposit amount. I enter like this, something number 640. So available balance is this. So if you check that whether it is deposited or not, so I just paste this self dot this fetch section. I will paste this into our deposit section. And also I will paste it in withdraw section. So I run it again and I will open account and paste that account number, and now W for withdraw and enter something amount. I will enter this much amount. So here withdraw of 1 lakh done successfully, available balance this much. So this is the updated and this is the table get updated and fetch this data. So in this data we observe that our record is updated, and now I try to increase the balance to withdraw, so it should show that there is low balance like this. So if we try to run it again and open it, for withdraw, sorry, account number, open account number and withdraw observation, and amount to withdraw is, I will enter the more number, so it should show the low balance. See, we got the low balance message. So we exceeded the minimum balance that exists in the bank. So this is how the bank operations will work. This is the SQLite 3 with Python. We developed an application of bank systems. There are other applications like medical data collections, medical records, and many other. We can use many other to store these databases. So this is the one of the example. I will leave this code in the description. See you in the next video.